All right, welcome back. Today we're heading just south of Metro Manila to check out a city that has totally flipped the script on what it means to be a suburb. We're talking about Santa Rosa, the Lion City of the South, and trust me, its story of just explosive growth is something else.
And just look at this. The richest city in South Luzon, that's not just some flashy tourism slogan. It's a fact. And it perfectly sets the stage for what is one of the most incredible economic turnarounds in the entire country.
But here's the real kicker. Before it was the Lion City, it had a much less flattering nickname, Barrio Bukol, which literally translates to the lump. So, the big question is, how on earth does a place called the lump transform into the undisputed economic king of the region?
To really get how Santa Rosa pulled this off, we have to rewind the clock a bit. The whole journey really starts with this massive shift from fields to factories. So for almost 200 years after it was founded, way back in 1792, Santa Rosa was, a pretty quiet farming town. But then the 1980s happened, and everything changed. The first big multinational car companies started setting up shop, and the whole landscape began this radical transformation from rice paddies to massive factory floors. I mean, this boom was so huge that by 2004, it had officially leveled up to city status. And that brings us to today, where Santa Rosa isn't just a city, it is an absolute economic powerhouse. So, what's really fueling this engine? First, just to let this sink in for a second, Santa Rosa is the single wealthiest city in the entire Calabarzon region. And that's a massive economic zone covering 5 whole provinces. I mean, that stat alone tells you just how successful this place has become. A huge piece of that success comes from its famous nickname, the Motor City of the Philippines. And you can see why. It's home to these massive assembly plants for giants like Toyota, Mitsubishi, and Nissan. These guys really are the backbone of the city's industrial power. But hey, a smart city never puts all its eggs in one basket, right? Santa Rosa has diversified like a pro. It's now a major hub for IT and business process outsourcing. You've got food and beverage giants like Coca-Cola there, and it's a center for electronics manufacturing, too. This mix is the secret sauce to its strong, resilient economy. It means that if one industry has a tough year, the whole city doesn't just fall apart. Now, all this crazy fast growth has created a really interesting social dynamic. It's almost like you have 2 completely different cities living side by side, sharing the same name. On one side, you have Old Santa Rosa. These are the original residents, many of them working class, living a more traditional life centered around the old town proper. But then, on the other side, you've got New Santa Rosa. This is a whole population of people who moved from Manila, plus expats. They're typically upper middle class, living in these modern, sprawling gated communities with a very suburban lifestyle. And that contrast? That's really at the heart of what Santa Rosa is today. So, how does the city keep this kind of incredible momentum going? Well, for Santa Rosa, the answer is all about building a real gateway to the future, focusing on 2 key things, connectivity and education. Just think of the city's transportation plan like 3 strategic lifelines. The first was SLEX, the original highway that was its main artery to Manila. Then came CALAX, this critical new expressway connecting it to Cavite and the airports. And looking ahead, the future is the North-South Commuter Railway, which is going to bring high-speed train access and really lock in Santa Rosa's role as the gateway to the South. And it's not just a gateway for travel, it's becoming a gateway for knowledge. Santa Rosa is quickly turning into the university belt of the South. By attracting huge names like UST and UE, it's making sure there's a constant pipeline of fresh talent, new ideas, and youthful energy to keep that growth engine humming for years to come. So, with all this development, you have to ask a crucial question. Is Santa Rosa just a bunch of factories and subdivisions, or does it actually have its own soul? Let's take a look at how it's building its own unique identity. And the answer is a big, definite yes. I mean, look beyond the industrial parks. You've got icons like Enchanted Kingdom, the country's most famous theme park. You have New Valley, this huge eco-city that's a hub for shopping, recreation, everything. And right there, mixed in with all the new stuff, you have historical gems like the Cuartel de Santo Domingo, a real Spanish-era heritage site. It's this blend of modern fun and deep history that really gives the city its character. And they celebrate this identity every single January with the Sikhayan Festival. The name itself basically tells the whole story of the city. It's a mashup of the Tagalog words sikap, meaning effort, and kabuhayan, for livelihood. It's really the perfect tribute to the hard work and progress that defines Santa Rosa. So what's the big takeaway here? Santa Rosa's journey is kind of a blueprint for modern development in the Philippines,
But it also leaves us with a really important question to think about. As these superstar suburbs boom, are they creating a new, better way for us to live in cities? Or are they accidentally creating a new kind of divide between the old and the new? It's something worth chewing on.